What's up guys, how you been? Today we're taking a look at Urban Man Elixir by Fragrance World. Urban Man Elixir is one of the many Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Miel Elixir clones that I have. This is the OG, and someone in the comments specifically asked me to review this one, and here I am reviewing it. So I've given it a shot, I've given it a few tries. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on how this stacks up to the original, how this stacks up to the other clones, and how it performs on its own. If you've smelled Le Miel Elixir, you know what this smells like. It is pretty spot on first sniff. It's very, very close. It smells very, very similar. So if you've smelled the original, you kind of get a general vibe of what it smells like. It's on dry down, or at least after the first minute or two, where things start to take a little bit of a shift and take a little bit of a change. While this shows a little bit, let's talk about the bottle. The bottle has the same kind of form factor, wide top, thin bottom, kind of imitating the form of a man. But this is a little bit more abstract than the OG in terms of the look. It's gold, it's nice, it feels good. I think the lettering on the front is a little bit cheap, but everything else looks nice on the bottle. Just like the original, it has no cap. It just came with a little shame collar, what I called it, which prevented the atomizer from being pressed. So this is a bright, sweet, forward scent, followed by some spiciness, followed by like other scents, lavender and other scents that make it a little bit interesting. This is very easy to identify as a Le Miel Elixir clone. This changes a little bit quickly after a few minutes. Specifically, what tends to come out after the first maybe 45 seconds to a minute or two is that jasmine and that patchouli tends to come out a little bit more and give a little bit more funk than the original does. I already sprayed the original on this one. The original stays a soft, sweet, chill vibe. It's just sweet with lavender, with like playful notes there, and some spice. This one stays with that original blast spray. It doesn't evolve into anything else. Urban Man, on the other hand, evolves a little bit into more funk, into a little bit more interest, into a little bit more of a play with that jasmine, with that patchouli. A little bit more amber comes out of this one. So that's a little bit interesting. In terms of the notes, let's talk about the notes. But before we get into it, remember to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out my channel. So let's look at the notes for this. The top notes for this are bergamot, orange blossom, pink pepper, and jasmine. The middle notes are lavender, geranium, vetiver, saffron, and elemi. The base notes are ambroxan, labdanum, amber, patchouli, and cedar. Basically, what I told you before still holds true. To me, you get some brightness from that bergamot, but you mostly get sweetness here, which is interesting. I could have sworn this had vanilla because it's very sweet. I can smell like strong sweetness in this. You can definitely get that amber in there. You definitely get that patchouli. You definitely get that jasmine and lavender. Those are the main like things that I'm pulling out of there. I'm getting a little bit of the vetiver and a tiny bit of the saffron, but mostly it feels like sweet with lavender, with amber, and then that funk starting to come in as the thing dries down. It's interesting. It's a little bit more interesting than the flatter but sweeter and a little bit more consistent notes of the OG. Online, this has a 4.19 out of 5 with 52 votes, so it is not super popular, but it's decently rated. People say that this is very close to the OG and has great performance. Those are the positive comments on this. It does last all day, and it's pretty decent performer in terms of the projection. It does project pretty far. I think in terms of closeness to the OG, I would say this is like an 85% close to the OG. The moment that this dries down, it kind of like deviates from the OG's formula. It kind of separates. I still think the closest one to me is definitely Great Hand Elixir. I prefer all the twists of Elixir than the Elixir itself. To me, Elixir, it's beautiful. It's a pretty scent, but it's a little bit boring. It's a little bit flat, but I get why people love it so much. All the twists, this one having that funk in it, that interesting element of jasmine and patchouli kind of taking over a little bit, makes it more interesting than the OG. To me, the OG is good. It's a little bit boring. In terms of negatives for this online, people say the maturation is required, that out of the bottle, it just does not perform well, it doesn't smell good. And the other negative that people say is that it's a little bit synthetic. In terms of synthetic, I wouldn't be able to tell you. It's nothing here that I would say screams natural, but neither does the original to me. So who knows? As this has dried down more, I can definitely tell you those jasmine, patchouli, and also that pink pepper is coming out a little bit more. It's becoming a little bit spicier, a little bit more funky, but still has that original DNA of Le Miel Elixir very present there. It's just a little bit more interesting to me. That's just my vibe, my opinion on this. Does it project far? Yep, I think it projects pretty decently. I think it is essentially a 5 to 6 foot projector, pretty strong. It turns into a bubble at around 2 hours and kind of stays projecting decently for at least maybe 5 hours. So it's a decent projector. It's pretty good. And in terms of scent, like I said, I kind of prefer this over the original. I kind of prefer all the dupes over the original. That's just me. I might be wrong. Sorry. If you prefer the original over everything, if you're like a purist person that prefers all the OG scents over the dupes, more power to you. To me, when fragrance companies kind of do twists on them, they try to improve on the formula, and a lot of times I think they do. So that's just my vibe on this. To me, the scent, this is like a 7 or an 8 in scent. It's good, not necessarily something I would wear all the time, because to me that original scent is not necessarily like my best scent, but it's good. It's a very good scent. If you love this but need something a little bit more interesting, then this is a good go for. But to me, I still think Rihan Elixir and Hawas Elixir are better. And if you like a more lavendery, more sophisticated version, the Kingdom is better than those two. So it depends on what vibe you're going for. All the elixirs have different vibes depending on the angle that you want to take your path for twisting this. You know what I mean? So who would this work for? A person who wants to do elixir but make it more funky, more interesting. What would I give this overall? I think scent like a 7 or 8. Performance, longevity, good. I would give this maybe an 8.58. It's good. It's decent. Like it. I probably wouldn't buy it again. Not necessarily my vibe, because I don't necessarily love this original DNA. But if it's something that you like, especially if you love that patchouli, jasmine, funky notes in your sense, and you love the original DNA, this is definitely a no-brainer for you. So that's up to you. It's like, how do you want to twist this? How do you want to get to this, but with a twist? That's up to you. So that's my thoughts on this, guys. What is your favorite twist on this scent? To me, is Hawas Elixir, mainly because of that smokiness that it brings in. It just kind of makes it a sophisticated scent that I really vibe with. It's really good. The others are great. Don't get me wrong, all of them are great. It's just that one specifically calls to me. So what is your favorite? Is it this one? Is it any of the other ones I've mentioned before? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Remember, scents are subjective. What I like isn't necessarily what you like. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And always remember to smell your best. See ya.